Alright, let's play another blind match. This scene looks pretty good. We have turn 1 and 0 interaction, which is always nice. We have a cantrip, we've got decent mana, we've got a sweeper for... There's a fair number of decks where sweepers are good, so let's try this out. Okay, so this is like a bug control deck that splashes Grizzlebrand. It's not a standard deck, but you know, it's probably a good thing to include anyway. So let's take their Thoughtseize. Because we have the Deluge, we can deal with the Leovold later. We also definitely don't want to take the Leovold and let them play it on turn 2. That just seems like a not great idea to me. Alright, more removal. Looking for an engine. Okay. I'm probably going to want all 3 of those cards, actually. Punishing Fire is pretty good in control mirrors, especially if you can deal with Leovold. We have 2 clean answers to Leovold, so... and in case of Hymn to Tarak, we're going to play the Grove. I'm not sure how many hymns they play, but I imagine they play some. So that's just a general tip against Hymn to Tarak decks. You usually want to play out your Grove so that it doesn't get hymned, because a lot of the hymn decks don't play Wasteland. It's not, you know, perfect deal, but it's pretty helpful. So it's unclear here whether they want to cast Leovold. Based on this, I'd say they're casting Leo, which is fine. So they can just animate Dead Snapcaster. Sure. Yeah, drawing that land was not the best. I think what I want to do is just cast an Edict, I think. I'll hold the Deluge a little longer. Pardon me. I could have tried to eat their turn, but I don't think that would have gone very well. What do you have? Animate Dead. Okay. We knew that one was coming. Pardon me. Okay. So we're gonna attack, and then we're gonna Deluge. Just getting in some points. So it's possible that they've drawn a force, but it's unlikely that they've drawn 2 forces. Okay. So we've dealt with 2 Leovolds. I'd rather not deal with a whole lot more, so more Animate Deads are annoying. More Leovolds are also annoying. I think I would rather Brainstorm here than just outright counter it. It's like moderately annoying, but we'll force. And this is probably going to get, I guess, Underground Sea for 2nd black, 3rd blue. Rope Decay is a nice clean answer to Animate Dead, so I think this guy also plays like Grizzlebrand in his deck, and I think all of his reanimation is Animate Dead, so it will be important to... Sure. It'll be important to blow up Animate Deads, although now clearly that won't work. Man, Leovold is really annoying. We've had to fight through 3. We're in a really good spot if we find Dak or Jace, though, as is the story of this deck. I do think I want to play out one fetch land. Having the Punishing Fire means that our Brainstorms and decks automatically have stuff to throw, so it's a little easier to budget cards in your hand when you have Punishing Fire. What do we have here? Grave Titan? Some X spell? Stroke of Genius. Oh, I wonder if he's playing. He's probably playing Dragon. That's probably what's going on. Okay. I suspect he's playing Dragon if he's got Stroke. Interesting. Okay. That will that'll inform how we sideboard for sure. Okay. And I suppose we can get a couple points. This is our last double black spell. It's possible that we want to spend a whole bunch of blue turn, or cast a whole bunch of blue spells in a row. So let's just do it like this. And now we have a clean answer to Leo, a clean answer to Griselbrand. Although if they play Griselbrand, obviously the 7 cards are going to be worth a lot. Okay, another Decay. Or I guess that's their first Decay. We were the ones that drew a Decay earlier. Oh boy. 4 Leovolds. This seems to be a pretty powerful reason to play this deck. Like, our opponent is doing some really powerful stuff. This looks like a Tombstalker. Wow, we're just getting rolled. We would really like to draw a Snapcaster. So we've got 2 Snapcasters, I guess. Yeah, this is going to be tough. And we don't want to just run our spell into a discard spell if we don't have to. Yeah, Snapcaster for Deluge. Yeah, game 1 this is probably not a good matchup because they're playing 2 actual Leovolds and probably 4 reanimation spells for Leovolds, so we've already had to grind through 4 Leovolds. And actually now Deluge is not good enough anymore because we're going to take 7 here. Actually, we Deluge. Oh no. If we had the card Deluge, it would be good enough. But yeah, okay. We could not grind through the 4th Leovold. Okay, so we definitely want our Grave Hate in this matchup. And we want nice clean answers to both Planeswalkers and fat creatures. We're probably going to want these all as well. Wow, we just want too many cards. This is going to be tough. So let's cut Decay, and let's cut Decay and Baleful Strix. Sorry, I'll get everything sort of next to each other. To the Slaughter, Lily Last Hope. Okay, so this is probably, we probably want to bring in, oh, there's even more. What else did I bring in? Oh, a Trophy, and maybe, oh, Spell Pierce. So I kind of want all of these cards. We're probably not going to be able to play all of them. So let's try to be clever about this. Probably can cut 1 Punishing Fire. Probably can cut Fatal Push. Liliana is maybe not, or this Liliana is maybe not the best. I think Dak will be good. I don't think Kolaghan's Command will be especially good. And then maybe we can cut Inquisition. And then maybe just one surgical, because Spellbomb keeps us sort of at parity at least. And then maybe we cut Edict and keep to the Slaughter in. This is a little awkward, no matter how we look at it, but I think this is probably the way to go. This card gets a little worse when you don't have Strix in your deck, but let's try it. Okay, so we have a way of beating Grave Hate, or excuse me, we have a way of beating Graveyard Shenanigans. We have some lands. We have Force of Will. So let's try this. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what our opponent's deck seems just full of good cards and the combo, and I'm wondering what they cut from like a standard bug control list. I imagine it's probably Planeswalkers. That's not a good draw, but we will try to make it work. I think I'm probably just going to Punishing Fire that. Can't cast Assassin's Trophy yet, but that's fine. We really would just like to draw some cantrips, or like Dak Faden or something. Sure, I don't think that's actually a big deal. We're not super big on Punishing Fire in this matchup, because it doesn't match up well against Leovold, Tombstalker, Griselbrand, or the Dragon. It's just like Baleful Strix and Snapcaster. So I don't mind too much. Certainly not enough to throw my bomb away to counter that spell. That's a nice one if they don't have a counter or discard spell. If they use a discard spell on me, it might be reasonable to Spellbomb looking for a blue card to force, but I don't think I'm going to do that. If they play Leovold, I will probably do that. Sure. This is like a Bonder or something. Yeah, I don't want to crack my bomb yet. It might be me playing scared, but I don't think they can realistically try to play a grindy game with me very easily, so. Nice. And we're going to hide the Deluge on top, so they can't play like discard plus Leo and get away with it. Okay. Alright, let's brainstorm. 2 trophies on top. Thought sees you. Oh wow, their hand is not good. It's so not good that I'm probably going to counter Brainstorm if they find one. This will probably just discard the 2 trophies. Yeah. Grove has a lot less value now that there's no whatchamacallits in the deck. Punishing Fires. So because of that, it's just the Taiga, which is not useless, but it's not so good that I wouldn't shuffle it. Okay. Got there somehow. Don't want to run this back. Maybe I do want Decay. Maybe Decay is better than than one of these fries falls, just because it cleanly answers Leo. Yeah, let's try that. Having more answers to Leo is really good in these Leo matchups where Leo is super important. I probably just mis-sideboarded in game 1. But I mean, it's pretty easy to sideboard like mostly right, but a little bit wrong, especially against these decks that are really uncommon. But I mean, as you saw from game 2, we really didn't fight along any sideboard card axis. It was just that our cards were good. Our opponent has mulliganed to 4, so we are pretty far ahead right now. Of course, they can always just like entomb for Gristlebrand, and then we're no longer ahead. But as it stands, we're in the lead. Takes Ponder. Interesting. That does make me go a little slower on average, so I think that's like that's a fine take. It makes me a little happy that they didn't take Notion Thief with the plan to use Animate Dead on Notion Thief, though. So that's good. Because we have discard spells in our deck, I think it's fine to brainstorm here. Ooh, Spellbomb is also nice. We'll put back, I guess, Badlands, Volcanic, fetch an Underground, and play Spellbomb. And then next turn, we can hold up Snap Brainstorm, protect our Jace, and then we can play Jace on 4. That's fine. I don't think Strix is particularly important in this matchup, so Force Will is a great pickup too. Let's see what our opponent does. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're just gonna try to slam a Jace on 4. That's fine. They don't know that we have the Jace, so I also mistapped. I should have left up the black. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's what I should have done. The reason being, maybe, like if they surgical on my brainstorm, I decide that I want to spellbomb myself and draw a card. I don't think I would do that, but it's a possibility. If I had like more brainstorms in hand. Yeah, so I actually wanted this trade so that my Jace would be more safe. And I think this is just going to get another Volcanic. We have enough black, so more blue and more red is pretty reasonable. Let's see what we draw. Fantastic. So let's just hold up a whole bunch of Force of Wills. We will next turn probably use Dak Faden to steal the Baleful Strix. I think that's probably the best thing. And we'll throw Spell Pierce, I think. And then once we do that, the following turn we can use Notion Thief to end the game. Notion Thief frequently ends up just sort of being like the nail in the coffin. We wanted to keep this blue card. I probably should have hidden Notion Thief on top actually, and we want to keep up Pyroblast. Yeah, I should have hidden Notion Thief on top. I should have like Abrupt Decay or one of those similar cards in my hand, because I'm not going to fight over a Hymn to Thurok. If they throw a Hymn to Thurok at me, whatever. Let it go. That's fine. That's also fine. This card's really cool when you're playing Entomb. I used to play this in the blue-red Delver era against when I was playing Reanimator. Like, you could Entomb for this, and then suddenly you had this inevitability engine. Like, if you didn't have like you could Entomb for it if you had to kill something, or you could just cast it and you have this inevitability, like in milling. Actually, this is fine, so my plan is just that I'm going to blast it on my turn, and then play deck. This looks like maybe a concession. I'm not sure how I have not drawn 2 cards. Oh, they're considering Dark Blast. Okay. This doesn't actually work as well as normal. I forgot that they had Dark Blast. That was a mistake. Next turn, next time I'll eat the Dark Blast. Let's do it like this. We'll get a Badlands here. Just maximizing red sources when you're playing Punishing Fire is pretty decent. And we're just going to eat the Dark Blast because we want to abuse Stack Fade in. We also eat Leovold this way. Alright, and that's the game. I don't have enough reps in against this deck to say whether this matchup is good or bad. This is just sort of a weird deck, but you know what? When you play locals, when you play leagues, when you play challenges, when you play Magic, you're gonna run into these kinds of decks, and it's good to have some kind of a plan, some kind of a strategy to try to take them down, because I can tell you from experience on both sides that when you don't know what your opponent is doing, you are at a severe disadvantage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.